Have you ever stopped to think that your cat might be trying to communicate with you, and you don't even notice? That's right. What I'm about to share with you today is something very few people know. We're talking about something that only 5% of humans truly understand about cats. If you have a kitty at home, or even if you're just a fan of these incredible felines, stick with me until the end of this video, because what you're going to learn today could completely change the way you see your cat's behavior. A lot of people think cats are cold, independent, or even antisocial. But that idea is so wrong. Cats actually have a rich and complex language. They just don't speak the way we do. They communicate with their bodies, their eyes, their whiskers, their tails. Even the way they look at you when they want food says something. And here's the big secret. If you learn how to read these signs, you'll understand exactly what your cat wants, feels, and needs. And when that connection happens, it's pure magic. By the way, if you're enjoying this topic, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and leave a like on this video. That really helps the channel keep bringing you unique content like this, and it tells YouTube you want more videos about cats and animal behavior. Oh, and drop a comment below if you've ever noticed any strange or curious behavior from your cat. I'd love to hear about it. Now, pay attention to this curious fact. A recent study showed that cats recognize their own names and also the voices of their owners. So, when you call your cat and they ignore you, they know it's you. They just choose whether or not to respond. That's not disobedience. It's pure feline personality. That's right. Cats aren't indifferent. They simply have a much stronger sense of independence compared to dogs, for example. While dogs usually respond immediately to commands or being called, cats run everything through a kind of mental filter. They hear you, process it, analyze the situation, and then decide if it's worth reacting. And that's not them being stubborn. It's part of their nature, inherited from solitary, independent ancestors who were hunters by instinct. They're selective, observant, and, get this, they're constantly testing you. Yes, they push boundaries, watch your reactions, and adjust their behavior based on what they observe. When you change your tone of voice, your posture, or even the atmosphere of the room, they notice. They're always reading the environment, even when they seem to be dozing off. An attentive cat is like a walking radar, silently absorbing everything around them. Fascinating, right? The more you pay attention, the more you realize there's an entire universe of communication and intention behind every little move they make. And knowing this doesn't just improve your day-to-day relationship with your cat, it deepens the bond of trust and mutual respect. You begin to understand that when your cat chooses to be near you, it's not out of obedience. It's because they want to be. And coming from a cat, that means everything. And there's more. Did you know that when a cat slowly blinks at you, they're actually saying, "I trust you"? It's like a feline kiss, a deep expression of affection. This simple gesture, which often goes unnoticed by those unfamiliar with cat language, is actually one of the strongest signs of love a cat can give. It's no exaggeration to say that when a cat does this, they're letting go of their natural state of alertness just to show you that they feel safe around you. Now try doing it back. Slowly blink your eyes at your cat and watch their reaction. Do it gently, calmly, without staring directly like a challenge, but more as a soft, friendly gesture. If they blink back at you, congratulations. You've just entered the 5% club. That means you've built an emotional connection with your cat that goes beyond the ordinary. You're communicating on a level that few humans ever reach. Very few people know about this, and even fewer are able to establish this kind of emotional bond with a cat. That's because many still see cats as mysterious, distant creatures, hard to understand, when in reality, they're constantly sending out subtle signals of emotion and intention. The secret is to slow down, observe, and respect their timing and space. A cat's trust can't be demanded, it must be earned. And that slow blink is the first step towards something much deeper. A relationship built on mutual respect, connection, and genuine affection. Another signal that almost no one notices is tail movement. A cat's tail is practically an extension of their emotions, like an emotional thermometer, always in action. A tail held upright, with a slightly curved tip, means, "I'm happy to see you." This is one of the most positive signs a cat can show. It means they feel comfortable, safe, and are probably approaching you with friendly intentions. Many cats do this when their owner comes home, or when they're excited about something like mealtime or a favorite toy. On the other hand, a tail swaying from side to side, unlike dogs, can signal irritation or impatience. While dogs wag their tails as a sign of happiness, in cats this same movement usually means something is bothering them. It could be a stressful environment, an annoying noise, or even someone insisting on petting when the cat wants to be left alone. If you notice this behavior during interaction, it might be a good idea to give your cat some space. And if their tail is puffed up like a bottle brush, that's a clear sign they're scared or feeling threatened. This instinctual reaction goes all the way back to their wild ancestors, who would puff up their bodies to appear larger and more intimidating when faced with a predator or danger. It's the feline defense system in action. Understanding this can help you avoid scratches, sudden reactions, or even improve the relationship between your cat and other animals in the house. When you know what your cat's tail is trying to tell you, you can anticipate their reactions, respect their boundaries, and create a more peaceful environment. It's amazing how such a simple detail, like the position of the tail, can reveal so much about how your cat feels. Feline body language is subtle, but incredibly rich, and it often starts right there. And speaking of spooky moments, have you ever seen your cat staring intensely into thin air, like they're seeing a ghost? That long, fixed gaze, wide eyes, body completely still, almost like they're in a trance? Don't worry, there's no need to call a priest. Even though it might seem supernatural, this behavior is far more common and explainable than it appears. Cats have senses that are far more refined than ours, and it's exactly this sensory difference that makes these moments so mysterious to us. They can hear sounds at frequencies we're not capable of detecting, especially in the ultrasonic range, the same used by rodents, small insects, and even some electronic devices. On top of that, a cat's ears are incredibly sensitive to the direction and intensity of sound, so even when everything seems silent to you, your cat might be picking up on subtle movements behind the walls, in the ceiling, or even in another room entirely. And it doesn't stop there. They see much better in the dark. Their eyes are adapted to low light, making them true night watchers. This means that when they're standing still, staring at nothing, they're probably seeing or hearing something that's simply beyond our human perception. It could be a silent insect flying around, a distant flicker of light, or even a faint shadow shifting across the room. To us, it's invisible. But to them, it's a signal, something to be investigated. This kind of behavior shows just how connected cats are to their surroundings. They live in a constant state of alertness, always ready to detect the slightest sign of danger or curiosity. So next time your cat sees something you don't, remember, they're probably just doing what they do best, observing, analyzing, and keeping their territory under control. You know that moment when your cat suddenly starts running like crazy, knocking things over and turning the house into a racetrack? They leap onto the couch, climb the curtains, dash around the room like a rocket. A lot of people call this the zoom eyes, or a crazy cat moment. It's funny, it looks like your cat has completely lost their mind. But don't worry, there's actually a good explanation. This is a completely natural behavior known as a burst of pent-up energy. Cats are natural predators, even those who've lived their whole lives indoors, in apartments or houses without ever hunting a real mouse. Their bodies and minds are built for stalking, chasing, and catching prey. So when they don't have enough stimulation throughout the day, that energy builds up, and eventually, it explodes. That sudden sprint across the house isn't bad behavior. It's instinct. It's your cat's inner hunter waking up and asking for action. This behavior usually happens during times of the day when cats would naturally be more active in the wild, like early morning or late afternoon, also known as crepuscular hours, when wild cats typically go out to hunt. So if your kitty turns into a furry missile during these moments, they're just being a cat. That's why it's so important to play with your cat every single day, and not just by handing them a toy and walking away. Real interaction matters. Use feather wands, small balls, tunnels, and of course the classic laser pointer, which triggers their hunting instincts in a fun and safe way. Spending just 15 minutes a day on active play can make a huge difference. Besides helping burn off that built-up energy, daily play also reduces stress, prevents destructive behavior, fights obesity, and even increases your cat's lifespan. And let's not forget, it strengthens the bond between you and your cat. Playtime is one of the purest and most natural ways to connect with an animal. Your cat needs that. And honestly, you'll probably have just as much fun as they do. And here comes one of the most amazing things. Studies have shown that a cat's purring has a therapeutic vibration frequency. That's right, between 25 and 150 Hz, which is exactly the range scientifically recognized for promoting healing in bones, muscles, tendons, and even for reducing pain and inflammation. It's the same frequency range used in vibration therapies and certain medical devices designed to speed up recovery. In other words, when your cat curls up next to you, settles on your lap or even on your stomach, and starts to purr, they might actually be healing you, calming you down, and creating a genuine field of well-being around you. It's not just a cute little sound. It's a natural resource that cats have developed not only to express comfort, but also to regulate their own bodies and, as a bonus, benefit those around them. Researchers believe that cats use purring not just when they're happy, but also when they're injured or unwell, as a form of self-healing. It's as if their bodies activate a quiet internal repair system. And what's even more fascinating is that this healing mechanism also positively affects humans. There are ongoing studies exploring the therapeutic impact of purring on people with anxiety, depression, and even high blood pressure. That's why, in many tough moments, simply having a cat nearby can bring a sense of peace that's hard to explain. They don't say anything, don't ask for anything. They just come close, start purring, and in doing so, they help ease physical and emotional tension. It's like a natural remedy, fluffy, with whiskers. And maybe that's exactly what makes cats such special companions. Because beyond love, they offer a kind of care that goes far beyond what the eyes can see. So now, tell me, were you also part of the 95% who didn't know all of this amazing information about cats? Or are you already among the lucky few who truly understand what's going on inside that mysterious feline mind? After everything we've explored today, from subtle eye signals, the language of the tail, to the fascinating healing power of purring, I really want to know, what surprised you the most? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. It's incredible how these little facts can completely change how we look at our furry companions, right? And don't worry, you don't need to write a long message. Just share the one thing that made you see your cat in a new light or helped you rethink some behavior you thought was odd or confusing. I absolutely love reading your comments because it's in this space that we connect, learn from each other, and grow together as cat lovers. Your stories, questions, and insights make this community so special. So don't be shy, jump right in. Before we wrap things up, I want to invite you again with all my heart. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in understanding your kitty better, please subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and share this video with that one friend or family member who adores cats but might not know these amazing little secrets yet. Every single like and share helps the channel grow, allowing us to bring more valuable content to more cat lovers around the world. Also, don't forget, here on the channel, we post new videos every single week. We're always sharing practical tips, fascinating curiosities, and deep insights about cat behavior that will help you build a stronger, more loving, and more meaningful connection with your feline friend. So make sure to stay tuned and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of the fun and knowledge. Thank you so much for sticking with me all the way to the end. It truly shows that you care deeply about your cat's well-being, and that means the world. Not everyone takes the time to really understand their pets, but you do. And I know your cat must feel that love, even if they don't always show it openly. Cats are mysterious creatures, with their own unique ways of expressing affection. But trust me, the love they carry inside is real and profound. So with that, I'll say goodbye for now. Until the next video, sending you a big meow, filled with affection and gratitude for being here, watching, learning, and caring for that special little furball in your life. Take care and see you soon.